It's senior day here on the campus of St. Xavier University, and that's not all. It's also First Responders Day, showcasing the appreciation for those who take care of all of us here in the Cougars' final game and final home tilt of the 2024 season. Good afternoon, everyone. Ron Luce on the call with you here for this final home game of the year at Bruce R. Deaton Memorial Field. It's a chilly day here as we usher in what we should call proper feeling of fall, and certainly with winter on the horizon. And the season's been a bit of a rough one for the Cougs. It's marking the first losing season at SXU since 2016, when that team finished 5-6. And in fact, today's game marks an important one in the history of Cougars football. As we mentioned, that 5-6 2016 season, the Cougars have not had 4 wins or less since 1999, when the team went 4-6. That was head coach Mike Femince's first year at the helm of this program. The Cougars currently sit 4-6 here today, looking to improve to 5-6 on the season.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you rise. Gentlemen,
before we take a look at today's opponent, we'll step aside for the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, St. Xavier University Athletics is proud to host First Responders Day. At this time, we would like to have a moment of silence for the first responders that have fallen in the line of duty. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to midfield and welcome Officer Kenyatta Gaines as she performs our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, Officer Kenyatta Gaines, outstanding job.
Thank you to Officer Kenyatta Gaines. Incredible rendition of the national anthem here this afternoon. For those of you tuning in with us and watching along at home, the feed will be up for you here in just a few minutes. But let's get to the preview of the Cougars' opponent here today, another Chicagoland foe. On the other side here today, it is Judson University, who has also struggled over the last 2 seasons under their new leadership. Former NFL safety Quentin Demps is now the head of the program, has just 1 win under his belt. That came in the season opener this year against Madonna University. However, they have quite the possibility here today, ending the season with perhaps the largest upset on their schedule to this point. Would be a heck of a message entering the off-season and the recruiting period for Coach Demps and company. The Cougars have sent off their seniors as we celebrated Senior Day here just before the beginning of this broadcast, and they will look for a W to call it a career for all these guys here at the collegiate level. But the Judson Eagles stand in the way on Senior Day and First Responders Day. Now, this Judson University team is a young one. Quentin Demps, as we mentioned, putting his staple on this roster. A lot of freshmen starting on the other side for the Judson Eagles. A few key veterans returned from the 2023 team, but largely it is a lot of new faces here in 2024 for the school hailing from Elgin, Illinois. And ideally, in order to establish a culture, you got to start from the bottom. That first recruiting class, always an important one for any coach at any level of any program. And certainly this next offseason will be a big one as they look to develop a winning standard at Judson University moving into the future. And truly you can make the argument for this recruiting year and off-season, an important one for these Cougars as well. We noted this is the first losing season since 2016, and there's nothing more that Coach Feminis and company would like than to cap this year off with a victory and hopefully ride some of that momentum into the off-season and what will be ideally an improved 2025 season in the standings. The Eagles trotting out to their sideline, adjacent on the other side from us here. Cougars in their traditional reds with the dark gray pants and helmets. The Eagles today with the all-white uniforms, navy blue and gold detail throughout, and the gold dome helmets on the other side. And there is the feed. We welcome you in for Cougars football, this final game of the season, as we noted just a few minutes ago. An important one for the seniors. You never want to go out with a loss on your record, and as a former player myself in this program, can certainly speak to that. I was a part of said 2016 team. That was my senior season, as well as a few others involved in the program still to this day. Coach Daniel Ladd was also on that team with myself. And going out with a loss certainly feels tarnished, especially after years of an NAIA semifinals appearance, an incredible first-round matchup against Morningside in 2015, and playing with a number of incredible athletes that have left their stamp on this program. The seniors certainly feel that today. These guys have experienced a lot of success in their careers here at St. Xavier University, and nothing better than to go out with a win after what could be considered a bit of a disappointment of a season by SXU standards.
Starting out.
And as we noted for the Judson Eagles, there's no better way to go into your offseason than with a big upset on somebody else's senior day. Eagles celebrated their senior day just a week ago in Elgin, and
referees Mike Cunningham, Dave Christie,
they will look to leave their mark here at Broussard Deaton Memorial Field today.
JJ Vito. Let's go Cougars.
So Judson University will kick off to start today's game. Cougars will receive. Julian Smith, Kyle Quinn are back to return. And getting ready to kick this away is Jalen Webb Starkey, actually the team's backup QB. Listed as the starter on the two deep, and he will do the honors to get things started. We will see Stu Ross in the offense first. There's the whistle. Wind whipping and howling today here at Broussard Deaton Memorial Field, something we'll certainly keep an eye on. Starkey's kick is up. We're underway as Smith takes it inside the 25 to the 30, 35, tries to make a man miss, but a nice tackle made on the other side of the field. That was number 31, Elias Ruteoga.
Ball be spotted
on the tackle, and
30-yard line. First.
Just like that, now Cougars will go to work with good field position. Ball placed here on the 34-yard line.
Ball be spotted at the Cougar 34-yard line. First down and 10 Cougars.
Lots of seniors out there to start with the offense here today. Joe Pacelli, Kyle Quinn, Julian Smith among those, as well as Jesse Plunkett, and your starting quarterback, Stuart Ross. 14:47 to play here on the clock. 1st and 10, and looks like a situation with the football is getting sorted out by today's officials. It looks like they've got everything under control as they spot the football. 2-by-2 look for the offense. 4 on the line of scrimmage for Judson. And it's a screen going the other way. Plunkett gets one key block, able to muster his way upfield, and a nice gain on first down on the simple slip screen from Jesse Plunkett.
Frank Adu with the reception.
Gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd and 5, and now a yellow hanky on the field.
Judson, that is their first.
And it's a sideline warning against Judson, so no penalty officially. No yards will be walked off against the visitors, but the next time that occurs, it will be a 15-yard flag.
About 5 to go for the Cougars.
4-man front once again here for Judson. Cougars come out in the 2-by-2 yet again. 2nd and 5, ball on the 39-yard line. The snap, Ross hands off to Plunkett coming across. No blocking is home. And they will give Plunkett forward progress, but that will still be a loss of 3 on the play.
Hand off to number 7, Jesse Plunkett.
So that'll bring up 3rd and about 8 to go for the Cougs, and they'll move quickly.
3rd down.
They try to get him to jump, no flag, so they thought it's a free play. It really wasn't, as that pass falls incomplete, intended for number 84. That's Cameron Hatcher, that receiver. And that'll bring up 4th and 8 here. It looks like the Cougars have no intentions of punting the football. And now they will get in tight here. Pacelli is the team's punter. He's back with Ross as the up back. And Pacelli will get rid of it. A nice boot. Angling kick. It's going to keep spinning all the way into the end zone. So the Cougars able to flip the field, but nothing home on their first offensive possession. Judson will take over after the touchback with 13:40 to play here in the first quarter. These Judson Eagles are led by sophomore quarterback number 12, Jake Parker. He's thrown for over 2,000 yards already on the season and 17 touchdowns, but it's the 18 interceptions and 2 lost fumbles that tarnish his stat line. The Cartersville, Georgia native looking to do
1st down and 10 Eagles.
Which no Judson quarterback has done under Quentin Demps so far. 2 wins in a season. And they'll come out with a bunch look here to the near side of the field. There's the snap. Parker looking downfield. Will push the football, and he's got his man. That's number 0, the team's lead receiver, Grant Alexander Jr. And the junior receiver with the first down coming into today. 53 catches on the season, 1,136 yards, and 11 touchdowns, all team highs. Alexander, a returning starter from these Judson Eagles a year ago. Last week had an incredible game against Olivet. 10 catches, 233 yards, and a touchdown, and that touchdown was a 75-yard score. The Eagles moving quickly, same formation. Now a pistol look, and they'll hand it off to the running back. Cougars rally to the football. And that's number 1. That's Harrison Hanna, listed on the roster as a quarterback, but used in this instance as a running back, the sophomore from Decatur, Georgia. Picks up 2 on the first down run. That'll bring up 2nd and 8.
2nd down and about 8 to go for the Eagles.
These Eagles not moving quickly at all. And no rush. A 3-stack look here on the near side. Lone receiver on the far side of the field. Parker throws the screen to his intended target, and a nice scamper there from number 13. That's Avant Rowe.
To Avant Rowe.
Avant Rowe, the second leading receiver in just about every category behind the aforementioned Alexander Jr. 451 yards, 3 scores coming into today's action. That was good for a gain of about 3 yards, maybe 4 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 4 right at midfield. Pistol look. Tight end in the formation as well. That's Desmond Hill-Thomas, number 24, to the near side of the field. The snap, play action. Parker with pressure in his face. Countryman came on the blitz. And now Parker's going to take off and run with it, and he has the first down.
Quarterback
Cougars looked afraid to hit him almost, and as a result, he's able to stay on his feet long enough for the fresh set of downs, but, oh no, pardon me, they will mark him back. So one official overruled another. So he is just short on the scamper. That'll bring up 4th and 1. This is kind of that dead zone in the field where you're certainly too far for a field goal at the NAIA level more often than not. But you're certainly too close to punt. Statistically speaking, the analytics would probably tell you in this situation to go for it, and that's what the Eagles would do here. We'll see that triple stack look here to the near side again. Parker in the gun. The snap. Screen to Combs on the outside, and he's got the first down. Gain of just 2, but that's all they needed. Number 80, the junior receiver, Mario Combs, makes the play for a fresh set of downs.
Knocked out of bounds, but it's an Eagle first down.
A large number of these receivers have transferred from other universities in the MSFA Midwest, or at least historical universities. A couple of Trinity International guys on this Judson roster, as well as Trenton Perry, who hails from University of St. Francis Joliet. They actually host Marion University Day for their senior day, and that has a lot of implications. If University of St. Francis, Indiana loses to Olivet, they have a chance to take the conference, and Alexander hauls in the catch. That'll be good for a first down as Parker finds his intended man across the middle of the field.
Pass is complete.
Number 0 will be the key all day long for this SXU defense. He is by far and beyond their best playmaker. And he'll be back next season to continue what he's built upon this year. 9:33 and counting. Judson milking this clock here in the first quarter. 3-by-1 with a tight end. There's the handoff to the tailback, Hayden Redmond. But he goes nowhere. It looks like they'll mark him back to the original line of scrimmage. Looked like Jet Chuchi making the play for the Cougs. Going to bring up 2nd and 10 once again.
Run play for a short gain. 2nd down for the Eagles.
Again, these Eagles taking their time, and this Cougars defense has been busier than a one-armed bartender in an Irish pub so far. Grant Alexander keeping them occupied. 8:48 and counting to go. Parker takes the snap, handoff to Redmond. It's a reverse, and back to Parker, the flea flicker. Now Parker's going to run away with it and has to get rid of the football. That was an instance, if you're number 27, that was Xavier Rogers, or pardon me, Xavier Padilla.
It'll be 3rd down and about 9 to go.
That's a situation where you should have hung on to the football. There was not a Cougars defender in sight on the other side of that reverse, but probably no play option there to do anything but pitch it back to Parker. Parker also probably could have taken off and ran with it if his first read wasn't available. Feels like the Cougars caught a bit of a break there. That had big play written all over it. 3rd and 10. Tight end to the far side of the formation. 2 receivers to the near side of the field. Parker, high snap, but he corrals it with one hand. Now delivering the strike, and it'll fall incomplete. Well, 3 different Eagle receivers in the vicinity that might have been intended for number 13, Avant Rowe. And now it is 4th and 10, and the Eagles with nothing to lose, but instead they will trot out the punt unit. Jalen Webb-Starkey, the team's kicker, also the team's punter. He'll set up shop just before the 50-yard line. They'll look to punt this one away. Julian Smith, the returner back for the Cougs. Wind howling here at Bruce R. Deaton. Oh, and that's off the toe of the punter, and that'll sail out of bounds. So it does the job. It'll pin the Cougars deep in their own territory despite the minimal yardage on the kick. And with 7:50 to play here in the opening quarter, the Cougars will take over. It'll be 1st and 10. Ball here spotted on the 14-yard line. And we'll get to see Stuart Ross go back to work. Cougars certainly need
First down and 10 Cougars.
Some offense after a stalled first drive. That's Quinn in motion across the formation. Plenty of time. Ross looking left all the way. He's got it open. Man, and it's Joe Pacelli with the big catch. Down to the 45-yard line, 31-yard pitch and catch from Ross to Pacelli. And the Cougs are in business. They'll mark it at the 44, so a 30-yard completion. The snap, they're moving quickly. Ross throwing it out to his receiver. That hits the ground first, incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. 2nd down and 10 for the Cougars.
Cameron Hatcher, the intended receiver, out on the far side. Cougs will keep working quickly. Same formation. Hickson across the formation. Handoff to Plunkett. Patiently waiting, but nothing opens. He will pick up 1 on the play, but that is all for the Cougars' leading rusher. Plunkett, 359 yards on the ground this season entering today. Cougars have not been able to get the run game going as they have in previous seasons, and as a result, that typically opens up the rest of the offense. 3rd and 9. Ball on the 45. There's the snap. Ross, time to throw. Now he'll bruise out of the pocket, moving to his right. Can he fit it in the window? And he tried. He wanted Kyle Quinn, but it looked like Cameron Hatcher was coming across the formation.
4th down for the Cougars.
And as a result, incomplete. So 4th and 9 with 6:37 to go. And the Cougars offense will stay on the field. Ross will be in the gun, 3 to the far side. Lone receiver Pacelli here on the near side of the field. Pressure coming, at least showing from the Eagles, and they'll bail. 4-man rush. Ross trying to fit it in a window, and that pass sails high for Kyle Quinn, incomplete. And the Eagles will take over in Cougs territory. Incredible starting field position now for Judson, as they will start with the ball on the Cougars' 45. And this defense already with a tough task ahead of them now.
Ladies and gentlemen, upcoming events, women's volleyball away at Viterbo University and CCAC tournament.
So as the Cougars season comes to an end, as do most of the fall sports for the Cougars. Now basketball as well as a few other winter sports begin on the campus of SXU. Men's basketball played last night, a loss to ranked Grace College. Here's another flea flicker. Parker settling back. He'll get rid of it. And ran underneath it is Zach Norrid. That's an interception. You bring the stuffing, I'll bring the turkey this Thanksgiving. Thank you, Zach Norrid. And the Cougs will take over again on offense.
Number 35, 39.
Zach Norrid with the interception. That is his second on the season.
10 Cougars.
And now the offense a chance to redeem themselves after the 4 and turnover on downs. Another 2-by-2 look. Ross throwing all the way right out to Plunkett, but the pass is high once again. Ross has missed a few receivers already. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 with the incompletion. Nice design wheel route to Plunkett right out of the backfield, and certainly was open. Just throw a bit offline from Ross. Ball on the 20. Throwing all the way is Ross. Pressure's coming. He'll evade the pressure for the moment, but not for long. Ross is taken down. It's a gain of maybe a yard.
Quarterback keeper for a short gain.
But that looked like number 78, Bryden Miller, making the play from his defensive tackle position. They'll officially mark it a gain of 2 for Ross on the scamper. We'll bring up 3rd and 8 from the 22-yard line. So once again, Cougars get to 3rd down without a fresh set of downs. Ross keeps it on the play action. Nowhere to go. That will be a sack for the Eagles defense.
No gain on the play.
That's number 3, the junior safety, Nick Curry, making the play in the backfield. And we'll see this makeshift punt unit again for the Cougars. Avant Rowe has come out this time to return the kick. And he'll take it at his own 35. Makes the first man miss. He's got a block. Oh, there's the yellow hankies everywhere. Well, that'll be an illegal block in the back. Or in this case, it probably will be a blindside block. Right at the 35-yard line. That'll be a 15-yard walk-off. So Eagles should start with the ball on their own 20, and we'll hear from our officials to get the official ruling.
Illegal block in the back. Number 44, the receiving team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Pardon me, a 10-yard walk-off from the spot of the foul, so the ball will be placed on the 25-yard line. And the Eagles will go to work there from their left hash. 5:06 to play. We are still scoreless on Senior Day here at St. Xavier University.
For the visiting Eagles.
The final game of the 2024 schedule. Both of these teams will miss the playoffs as the Cougs show pressure there. Good Eagles hard count, but everybody stays on side. Parker looking down the field all the way to his left. Oh, and he in and out of the hands of Trenton Perry.
Pass is
incomplete. A nice zip on that ball from Parker, just unable to hang on as Perry. As we noted, both of these teams will not participate in the NAIA playoffs, although that is being determined in a few other games here today. University of St. Francis, Indiana in the driver's seat right now for the MSFA Midwest. A win today over Olivet on the road will secure them the conference and an automatic bid. And then that leaves Marion and University of St. Francis, Illinois fighting for just a chance. Alexander wide open at the 35. He'll haul it in for the first down. Gain of 12 on the play for Alexander Jr.
From Jake Parker.
And so far it has been all Grant Alexander in this passing game for the Eagles.
The play is an Eagle first down.
And he did a nice job on that play. Just a simple curl route sitting in the soft area of the coverage. And now the big man, Bryden Miller, that's the nose tackle coming out onto the field here. And he'll line up as a tight end on the play. There's the snap. Parker, the handoff to Redmond goes nowhere as the sophomore tailback slips. It'll be a loss of 2. Going to bring up 2nd and 12. It looked like the Eagles might not have had enough linemen on the field either, as Miller now trots off.
2nd down and 12 to go for the Eagles.
And it looks like the freshman Elias Ortiz, number 58, now has jumped in at right guard. Elliot Vandermeil not on the field at the moment. Parker in the gun, throwing to the far side for Perry on the screen, but a nice play. Terry Elias Jr. immediately making the tackle.
3rd down and about 8 to go for the Eagles.
Still a positive gain of about 4. But it'll be 3rd and long, 3rd and 8 as we tick toward 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Windy, overcast day here at St. Xavier. The trees finally barren after the beauty of fall comes and goes. 3rd and 8. Parker in the gun. Pressure's coming from the Cougs. Parker gets rid of it, and it's incomplete behind Alexander, his intended target.
4th down and 8 to go for the Eagles.
Felt the pressure coming up the middle on the blitz from Fitzgerald, and The incompletion will force a punt. Jalen Webb-Starkey will do the honors for Judson. Julian Smith, number 4, back to return for the Cougars. This Cougars defense has done everything you could ask for. On a couple of occasions, bent and not broken. And this is a short kick that Smith has to dive to haul in. Really hung up there in the wind. So good field position for the Cougars to start. Only about a 20-yard difference from starting field position now for the Cougars.
Yeah, 43-yard line.
They'll take over on their own 43-yard line. And now you have to wonder what Ross will do here.
First down and 10, Cougars.
Spoke to the coaching staff before the game. They said they wanted to keep it simple for Stu, just let him make plays, and he's been hanging on to the football a bit too long so far to start. Here's the handoff to Plunkett, who sheds the first tackle, but was gang tackled by the rest of the Judson defense.
With the run for a short gain.
Gain of about 2 on the play.
Cougars.
Cougars front 5 just unable to get any kind of push in the run game so far. Also check at the line here on 2nd and 8. 2-by-2 look. Hickson, Pacelli, the near side receivers. 4-man rush. Ross, time to throw, looking to his right, dumps it off to Plunkett. That's a good, simple play by Ross to take the check down.
Nice game.
That'll put the Cougars in
3rd down.
Good field position here with the sticks. 3rd and 2 to go. Ball on the 49-yard line. Cougars in Judson territory for the first time all day. And they'll move quickly. 3 to the near side. 4-man rush coming. Plunkett takes the handoff. He's got a head of steam, and it's the second effort that gets the Cougs the first down, and the Cougars' first of the day on offense. Now they finally start to move the football as we wane into the final minute of this first quarter. And late oncomer here for Judson at D end. He's in Ross's face immediately. Now Plunkett gets rid of it, and Jesse Plunkett able to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but it will be no gain. He was Ross's fail-safe on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 after the completion. Net 0. Maybe 2 more plays before the end of the quarter. Hickson in motion. The handoff. No, Ross keeps it himself, and now the lateral throw to Pacelli with 1 man to beat. And he's rode out of bounds.
Reception is made.
That'll be good for the first down. Gain of about 16 on the play. Tackle made there by Darian George, the freshman safety. 10 seconds to play. Cougars may try to get one last play off, and they will. Pacelli on the screen, gets a block. Unable to get upfield for a gain of about 4, and that will end the first quarter. We'll step aside for a breather. It's all goose eggs here on Cougars Senior Day. But second quarter action is just around the corner. Stay tuned with us here at the Cougar Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. Second quarter action opening up here on SXU Senior Day. Ron Luce with you on the call as always.
Wednesday, November 20th.
It's been a tumultuous first quarter for both sides. Through 15 minutes of play, no score. And it feels like these two teams are diagonally parked in a parallel universe. Just nothing is going right. through 15 minutes, but the Cougars offense has found a little bit of rhythm now. The big play to Pacelli on the running screen from Ross, and then another Pacelli screen sets him up where we're at right now. It's 2nd and 8. There's the snap. Now Ross taking off with it. He's going to take the sack. Gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Stuart Ross on the quarterback keeper. No gain.
And that is number 99, Andre Hawkins, the Houston, Texas native. Another returning starter from a year ago. Cougs moving quickly. Plunkett takes the handoff. Following his blocker. Ball's on the ground, and the Cougars able to fall on it.
Jesse Plunkett with the
that was right guard Eddie Fleck who made the heads-up play to keep possession with the Cougars. And that ball rolled all the way back to the original line of scrimmage, so rather than a nice gain on the play, it's once again 4th and 8. Cougars stay on the field. Ross, pressure coming, time to throw. And finally gets rid of the football, and a nice catch made on the far sideline by Brant Hickson. The senior receiver converts for the first down. Cougars are in the red zone.
Pulled in by number 8.
Ross not pulling the trigger, having to move around. Good scramble drill from Brant Hickson. Getting open on that near sideline, making it an easy throw for Ross. It'll be a trips bunch look to the far side of the field. Hatcher, the lone receiver on the near side. And now a timeout taken by the Eagles after they're unable to get their personnel situated. So that will stop the clock with 13:26 left to play here before the half.
And get you some of that Angelo's pizza.
We're going to try and take a look with you around the NAIA throughout the course of the day, especially in the mid-states. Again, as we noted, some very notable games occurring on the schedule. University of St. Francis, Illinois, and Marian University are facing off down in Joliet today. Those two teams looking to hang on for potential shares in the MSFA Midwest Conference title. As for University of St. Francis, Indiana, they're looking to just simply win here today. A win against Olivet Nazarene will secure the conference title for them and an automatic bid in the playoffs. Cougars flip the formation now. Pacelli, the lone receiver on the far side, still the trips bunch look. Ross, hands off. Plunkett patiently following his offensive line.
Jesse Plunkett.
A really good gain there. Gain of 6 on the first down scamper. Jesse Plunkett, the Evergreen Park native. Second and 4, and they'll go right back to Plunkett. Almost the same play. He gets through the first wave and takes a couple of big hits on the way through. It'll be a gain of 2. Then we'll bring up 3rd and 2 here on the play.
3rd down and about 2 to go for the Cougars.
So as it stands, Marian and St. Francis, Illinois, both with a loss in the conference. So they need St. Francis to lose here today. Did that get through? Yes, it did. Touchdown, Cougars. Joe Pacelli on the go route for 6. What a throw by Ross. Threaded it through a few Eagle defenders on that far sideline. And Pacelli does a nice job getting 2 feet down. Only need 1 in college, but it didn't matter. That's Pacelli's 3rd touchdown of the season. Bennis on here for the PAT. And the hold by none other than Pacelli as the kick is up and good. Cougs finally get on the board with 12:28 to play in the second and take the 7-0 lead here over the Judson Eagles. A nice dart and throw there. That was an 11-yard score for Joe Pacelli.
And Jonathan Jacobau compete in the NAIA men's cross country.
So now the Cougars with a chance to boot it away.
November 22nd at 10:30 a.m. in Columbia, Missouri.
And it will be
Women's cross country
Peyton Bennis to do the honors. Number 1, Aiden Shepard is the team's usual kickoff specialist.
National championships. Also Friday, November
Bennis
22nd
on the season coming to this game, just 6 kickoff attempts. Most of that, again, has been handled by Shepard, but with the wind howling, especially coming from the south here. And according to the scoreboard, it's now 97-7 Judson. It looks like there's some scoreboard issues here. And this is a high kick from Bennis. It's going to hit the ground and bounce, but handled by the returner. And then a big scrum pile right at the 35-yard line. Not sure who came up with that kick. It looked like it was 39, Jamari Donaldson, as the return man. Didn't go very far as that high kick allowed the kick coverage to get downfield.
At the 36-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 for the Eagles.
So with 12:25 to play here, Judson will look for their first points of the day. First and 10, ball on the 36. 4 receivers and the lone tailback. It's Caden Redmond, and now the Eagles will take a timeout. Parker did not like what he saw.
Second charge timeout of the half.
So already the second charge timeout of the half against the Eagles. We noted Parker, just a sophomore. This is his first year starting at Judson, so certainly a learning curve as a young quarterback, especially against a largely veteran defense
Friday, November 22nd,
like St. Xavier's. We saw a few of those young men honored in the ceremony here today before the game. Ryan Fitzgerald, Iobami Orokoyo, Dalen Brown, Bruce Pendleton, Kevin Countryman, all among those seniors walking here today. Still some notable guys that will return next season, the likes of Chris Swain, as well as Terry Elias Jr. and even safety Nick Schultz. And your interception host, Zach Norrid, as well. They'll look to give Parker a hard time here today. There's the snap. 4 men coming, and Countryman jumps the route to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, Cougars! Kevin Countryman, pick 6. Beautiful, beautiful work by Kevin Countryman. Saw the throw the whole way.
From the spot of the foul. First down.
And now wait a second. I don't believe it.
Flag of the play to be against the Cougars.
Counts as a touchdown. Pardon me. There was a yellow hanky behind the play. But what an interception nonetheless by Kevin Countryman. Perfectly jumping the route on that near sideline. And it looked like an illegal block against the Cougars, I believe, on the return.
Ball is placed
and that is
the 31-yard line.
What ultimately sets the Cougars back and brings out the offense. But nice work by Kevin Countryman, his second interception of the season. And with 12:15 to go before the break, Cougs with a chance to double their lead. Ross hands off to Plunkett. Not a lot of space to go as he's dragged down to the ground. Tackle made there by number 40, Rehoboth Odeniemi.
Plunkett with the run. Second down.
Entering play today, Odin Yemi, the freshman linebacker, leads the team in tackles. He has 57 coming into action today. Ross, time to throw. Now comes the pressure. He steps up and he'll run with it. He'll make a man miss, puts his arm out. Ball comes out, but they will mark him down. So he gets to the 20, and that's just enough for the first down. They'll move the chains. Ross with the first down scramble. And now it looks like an official's timeout. I believe they're ushering a Judson player off the field. Uncertain as to why. It could be equipment. Officials are in charge of looking out for player safety, so if a player's helmet pops off, they must leave the field for a play. That might be what happened there. Ross to Hatcher one-on-one on the near side. That pass falling short of his intended target.
It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Cougars.
I'm going to bring up 2nd and 10 here from the 20-yard line. So Cougars can get one more first down before needing to score. But if you ask this offense right now, they'd certainly like to punch it in right here. Trips bunch to the near side. Here comes pressure from the Eagles. Ross, pump fake to Smith, and that ball out of the reach of everybody. Incomplete on the near sideline. He wanted Julian Smith on the pump go. A couple of Eagle defenders forced that ball and throw to the sideline, and just out of reach. The Eagles making a couple of defensive substitutions. It'll be a 3-man front. And they'll stop the play. There was contact.
Dead ball, encroachment, defense with contact, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
So the defense called for encroachment because there was contact, so that is why the whistle blew. Normally that would be a free play at the collegiate level. But because of the physical contact that forces the whistle, that'll bring up 3rd and 5 after the 5-yard walk-off. Ross has 3 receivers to his left. It's Plunkett still in the backfield. We have yet to see any other running backs here today. There's the snap. Ross gets it out to Quinn, and a nice tackle made on the sideline. That's number 7, Dominique Carter, the senior corner. A beautiful job evading the block to get to Quinn.
4th down.
That's a loss.
The Cougars.
Looks like of about 4 on the play. So we'll bring up 4th and about 9 now. And that brings out Bennis for the field goal. This is a tough field goal. The wind blowing right in his face. Snap. Kick up. It's hanging up there. And it'll sneak in. It's good. Peyton Bennis adds 3 points. The suspense.
Gives the Cougars 3 more.
And on the other hand, you have different fingers, and just like that, Bennis gives the Cougs a 2-possession lead. A dangerous kick in this weather, folks. We can tell you firsthand, that wind is howling in from the south end of the field, which for you viewing at home, that's to the right of your screen view. So anything kicked in the direction of the main scoreboard will have that effect today, and we've seen it on even just some of the kickoffs and punts, how those kicks have held up in the wind. But Bennis with just enough juice to get it through. That's his 7th converted field goal of the season, now 7 of 11. Is Bennis a rough year for the senior kicker? But gets a big one there to give the Cougars a bit more breathing room. 10:20 to play here in the second quarter. If you're joining us a bit late on Senior Day and First Responders Day at Bruce Ardite Memorial Field. Bennis, another high kick, held up in the wind. This one will bounce. and deflects off of Donaldson once again, and he'll be rode down inside the 29, and a couple of yellow hankies back behind the play will get an indication as to what those rulings are. But I think it's going to be a pair of holds on the return team.
During the return, holding number 90. 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
So holding on number 90. That is Jaquelion Baker, the freshman linebacker slash D end. So that'll set the starting field position back another 10. And they'll spot that ball at the 20-yard line, so effectively the result of a touchback.
Ball be placed at the 20-yard line.
And Jake Parker and the Eagles will go back to work. Tons of time here before the halftime break. And at halftime, our dance and cheer seniors will be honored. And these two teams will look for more answers. A low-scoring affair so far. Parker has plenty of time to throw, and it's incomplete. Two Cougars defenders in the neighborhood. Could have been much worse.
Down and 10 for the Eagles.
That was Stanley Hippolyte, Naples, Florida native, Beloit College transfer, Division III program up in Wisconsin. Was the intended target. Good play by Ryan Fitzgerald for the pass breakup. Dangerous throw by Parker, but he felt the Cougar pressure coming. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 now. 3 receivers to the near side for the Eagles. And we'll get to see Hannah once again at tailback. Here comes the pressure. Blitz up the middle. Parker gets rid of it. It's Combs on the receiving end. Makes one man miss before a host of Cougars get to him, but that will be enough for the Eagles' first down. That's a gain of 11 on the play by Combs. Just a nice job turning upfield. Had the angle against it looked like Clark Dilger for the Cougs. And it took that second wave of Cougar defenders to make the tackle. Eagles remain in business. Five wide. Hannah has flared out as a receiver. And here comes the stunt, and Hannah on the receiving end, and he'll get to the sideline, but not before he has another first down. Gain of 13 on that pitch and catch. Now these Eagles figuring out what works. That's a pair of outside-facing curls and just a traditional out route on that second throw that have gotten the ball into playmakers' hands with space. Not trying to thread the needle too much, and that'll certainly help a young quarterback like Parker. It's 3 to the far side. Combs, Rowe, and Alexander. Oh, and that will be a flag. Eagles were not set.
False start. Offense number 58. 5-yard penalty. Second up.
And you heard the false start penalty as well, so just an entire mess. It looked like Alexander on the far side of the field was not set either. So that 5-yard walk-off will make it 1st and 15. Parker, handoff to Hannah up the middle. And a nice first effort, but the Cougars' linebacking core rallies to make the tackle.
Eagles keep it on the ground.
That'll be a gain of 4.
2nd down and 11 to go.
Gonna bring up 2nd and 11. Ball now spotted on the 43-yard line. And the Eagles have made this a much faster first half than normal. There is no huddle. It's huddle up every play, take your time at the line, diagnose what you see. That's bled us down to inside 7.5 to play. Parker with the pressure in his face and a beautiful throw as he finds his intended target. That's number 88, Trenton Perry on the near sideline. Another first down, Eagles, after the big game. Now the Eagles will find some pace. It was a 21-yard completion from Parker to Perry. Perry, a transfer from University of St. Francis Joliet. Here comes the pressure. Parker standing tall, making the throw, but Combs unable to haul it in. A tough play for his intended target as Combs needed to contort his body with that football just behind him. A good attempt, though, by the junior receiver. And the incompletion allows Judson to live to see another day. It'll be 2nd and 10. Now the Eagles will go back to taking their time. There's no hurry here as there's only 5 left on the play clock. There's the snap. Pressure coming. Parker avoids a few guys, and there he goes to the 20, to the 15, and he's out of bounds, but there is a flag.
On the play.
And it looks like it will be against Judson.
Number 52, 10-yard penalty for the previous spot. 2nd down.
And as Jeremiah Smith, the starting center, called for the hold, and that is a devastating holding penalty
for the Eagles.
In that scenario. A really nice looking scamper there from Parker that was all for naught. So the penalty will walk it back another about 10 yards or so. 2nd and 20. Parker in the gun, 2-by-2 look here for the Eagles, 6:23 to play. Motion. He'll hit his man on the motion. That was number 16, Jonah Capitulo.
Pass is completed.
Long Beach, California native. That's his 7th catch of the season.
Third down and
Gain of about 5 on the play.
5-yard gain for the Eagles.
Will be good for a 3rd and 15 now here for Judson. Need to get to the 26-yard line to convert. In the gun. Pressure showing for the Cougs. And they'll fall back. It comes from somewhere else. Parker's got to run away, and this time gets rid of it. And they'll rule it incomplete. And it will be an intentional grounding penalty. So that'll be a loss of downs. That'll bring up 4th down. And now they're talking it over. It looked like Hannah might have been in the neighborhood as a quote-unquote eligible receiver, but certainly was just an attempt to get rid of the football.
Intentional grounding. Number 12 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Lost it down. 4th down.
And that will be the call. Intentional grounding, 4th down. And now we get to see the punting unit for the Eagles. A long drive that resulted in a lot of negative yardage. It would have been 4th and a football mile. For reference, they would need to get to the Cougars 26 for a 1st down. They are on their own 37-yard line. After the penalty, Julian Smith is lined up inside the chains on the return. Webb Starkey will boot this one away. Here comes the pressure, and nearly blocked. Good effort. And Smith will just let this one dribble out. It'll be downed. Where other than at the sticks. Cougs will take over on their own 26-yard line.
First down and 10 Cougars.
With 4:51 to play, plenty of time before the break. You really don't need to change anything about your usual offense. Most offenses in the playbook can score in about 4 minutes. So nothing needs to change here for the Cougars before the half. There is no hurry-up offense needed at this point. And they'll go to work. Ross, time to throw. Pressure's now coming, and he'll slide out of the pocket to the left and will run out of bounds at about the 30-yard line.
Ross with the run.
Gain of 4 on the scramble for the senior quarterback, Ross.
4 on the play.
They'll bring up second and about 6 to go. And we get that trips bunch to the near side again, way out wide. And it's a handoff to Plunkett. And he is met and stood up.
Jesse Plunkett,
number 4, Ladale West.
2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 4 to go for the Cougars.
Senior defensive back. Still a respectable gain of about 3 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 4. The snap, Ross quickly getting rid of it for Pacelli on the sideline, and the easy pitch and catch is a first down, Cougs.
Pass is complete.
Joe Pacelli has been
with the reception. That'll move the
very involved here this afternoon.
Another first down.
Leading the team, 4 catches, 59 yards. And he has the touchdown so far. 4-man rush. Time to throw, and it glances off the hands of Plunkett. Nobody around him. Solid throw from Ross, and pardon us, a stat update. That was the 5th catch for Pacelli here today. That gives him 68 yards on the day. Just 84 total yards passing for the Cougars, and Pacelli has hauled in 68 of those. 2x2 look, 2nd and 10. Ross unloads down the field once. Quinn, and he's got him! First down, Cougars. Kyle Quinn with the big catch.
Kyle Quinn with the reception.
Nice ball from Ross on the deep throw. Good job by Quinn to adjust underneath it. It's a 26-yard completion, and the Cougars are in Eagle territory. Speaking of those Eagles, they'll show blitz. Trying to disguise. We have a new tailback as well. Tyrese Lee checks into the game. And he'll take the handoff here. Cuts upfield, nowhere to go. And there's the whistle. Looked like Bryden Miller was one of the first ones there. Big nose tackle. Sophomore from District Heights, Maryland. They call it a gain of 1 officially on the play, so 2nd and 9 from the 31. Motion, that's Hickson. Ross, time to throw, gets it to Hickson. Leaning forward, and good tackle made. Number 13.
Catch is made, Brent Hickson.
That's Ethan Magali.
2-minute timeout.
And that'll stop the clock with the 2-minute timeout. Newest addition to college football that still catches me off guard as well. $1:54 to go. We're stepping aside for a quick breather, but still a lot to go before the half here on the Cougar Sports Network.
Also, make sure you
welcome back, everybody. $1:54 to go here in the first half of play. This is a low-scoring affair so far. 10-0 your current score. The Cougars are marching. A big 26-yard reception from Kyle Quinn has set the Cougars up in Eagles territory. Ball currently sits on the 30-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and 8 now for St. Xavier. That trips bunch look on the hash to the far side of the field. Cameron Hatcher, the lone receiver for the Cougars on the near side. There's the snap. Handoff to Tyrese Lee, who makes the first man miss. The big tailback trying to keep the feet moving and unable to gain much. It'll be a gain of about 4 on the play. So that'll set up the Cougars with about a 4th and 4. And it feels like it's to-go territory for SXU in almost every one of these moments. A 2-by-2 look. Looks like a 4-man pressure coming. And it is. Cougs pick it up. Ross delivers. Nice throw for Brant Hickson. Catch made. First down, Cougars.
Brant Hickson with the reception. And another Cougars first
Hickson
down.
this season crossed the 1,000-yard mark for his career here at St. Xavier. Here's the handoff now to Plunkett as the graduate tailback spins forward for a respectable gain, and now the Cougars will take a timeout with 56 seconds remaining. It will be 2nd and 4 on the other side of the timeout.
With that run, it'll be 2nd down.
Cougars have put together a nice drive, albeit not always the prettiest.
Once again, ladies and
They are within striking distance here and still 2 timeouts to work with.
He keeps it warm. He keeps it deep.
It was a gain of 7 as well for Hickson on that first down conversion on 4th and 4. So ball currently placed inside the 15, ball on the 14-yard line. Cougars can get to the 10-yard line for the first. We get to see a bunch again for the Cougs on the far side. Ross feels the pressure, has to move around as a man open, but waited too long, and that pass for Plunkett is incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. It'll be 3rd.
The pressure off the left side disrupted the timing of that play. Joe Pacelli, or pardon me, that was Brant Hickson, it appears, was wide open on a corner out to the end zone. There wasn't a Judson defender within probably 5 to 10 yards of him. But because Ross had to evade the pressure from his left and scramble, Cougars quarterback never saw his open man. 47 seconds to go after the incompletion. 3rd and 4. They'll go back to something similar. Now he's going to unload for Hickson, and he delivers. Touchdown, Cougars. It worked the first time. Why not go back to it again? Brant Hickson for the score. That was literally just about the same play that the Cougars ran the previous play. They saw that they could get that 3rd receiver, kind of the point man on the bunch look, open in the corner. And this time it was man on man, but still open for Brant Hickson. The 13-yard pitch and catch, and that's Hickson's 3rd score of the season. PAT from Bennis is up and good. Cougars able to tack on another score before the break. We still have 40 seconds before the half. But SXU now with a 3-possession lead. But exactly how they wanted to end the first half. They'll certainly look to come out here in the second half and put the pedal to the metal. As we noted, a rough season for the Eagles. 1-8 coming into action today. Cougs, as we mentioned, 4-6 coming into play today. Bennis will once again do the honors on the kickoff. So no Aiden Shepard just yet. We'll see if the Eagles try to change everything, noting that these kicks are coming short. Dennis hangs it up there once again. This time Donaldson able to come underneath it easily. He'll cross the 35 before he's spun down and the ball comes out. It's on the ground. Oh, and Bennis went to lunge at it, but he pulled up early. This will likely be Judson football.
Signal is that it's Eagles football.
And it is Judson football. Peyton Bennis could have been the hero and jumped on it and missed it. And now he's getting a little pep talk from Coach Feminis. Certainly with a dose of sarcasm nonetheless. So the Cougars defense will trot back onto the field rather than the offensive unit. Not sure who punched that football out, but it shot all the way across the field, far away from the pile of tacklers. So it's 1st and 10 from the 42 for the Eagles. Here comes pressure from the Cougars. Parker time to throw, and he gets rid of it. And that QB hit from Terry Elias disrupts the throw, incomplete.
5 seconds left till halftime.
Intended target looked like number 34, the junior tailback, Noah Solis. So the clock stops with 25 seconds to play before the break. And Eagles go empty backfield once again. Here comes the blitz. Parker rolling out to his right. And that was intended for Combs, but bounces off the receiver's chest and falls incomplete. Well, looks like Combs had a little bit of an equipment issue, so he scampers back to the sideline. Capitulo will relieve him on the field. 3rd and 10. Terry Elias has been responsible for the pressure both times so far. Looks like it'll come for a 3rd straight time. And this time he bails out. Pressure comes from a different spot. It's Chris Swain trying to track down Parker. Rolls out to his right. Deep ball down the field. And it'll fall incomplete.
Fourth down.
It might have been intended for Avant Rowe, but unable to track it down. Cassidy Whitaker also in the vicinity. And with 9 seconds to go, it'll be Webb Starkey just to boot this football away and effectively end the half. Julian Smith, the return man. Cougars will likely just take a knee upon getting this back, but they are going to bring the punt block, trying to get a scoop and score. And a bad snap, handled by Starkey, gets it away. And now Smith will take the return at the 30. Makes the first man miss to the 35-40. And he'll spin back across the field to the 40, to the 45, 50, 40, 30. Men in front of him. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Cougars! What a play on special teams. Julian Smith makes magic happen before the half. What an unbelievable play by the Cougars receiver. Takes that to the far sideline, reverses field entirely at the 45, and it looked like a couple of Eagles might have given up upon hearing the horn, thinking that Smith was just going to step out of play. Rather, he reverses field, and with blockers in front of him, takes it the distance. 70-yard punt return.
Offense. Number 41 checked in and did not play. 5-yard penalty, try only.
So they'll walk back the try here. It looks like a report issue from Dilger, stating did not report in for the play, I believe was the call. So just a little bit longer of a PAT try for Bennis here, but the score counts. Julian Smith. Kick, up, kick, good. And the flag will be on the Eagles. It'll be offsides. They will simply decline it. Cougars with a 24-0 lead. It's a big special teams play as the clock hits 0 to give the Cougars a 4-possession lead.
Another penalty on the field.
Julian Smith, the do-it-all man. Takes it the distance, 70-yard return for Julian Smith. What a way to cap off the first half. And both teams will now leave the field. We will step aside for the 20-minute break. Cheer and dance teams will perform as well as seniors be honored. And we'll see you on the other side of the break for more SXU football. Senior Day and First Responders Day here from Deaton Field. An entertaining first half. Cougars lead 24-0. All 24 points coming in the second quarter. We'll see you on the other side of the break right here on the Cougar Sports Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, the St. Xavier University dance team would like to recognize senior Natalie Cheeby. She is escorted by her mother, Jenna, and boyfriend, Evan Orzik. Let's give Natalie a loud round of applause. Ship, Mia Martin, and Mark Pinnock. Please put your hands together for the Ford Seniors. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I told you we had a special halftime show for you. We only halfway through. I need you to make some noise for the Cougar cheerleaders!
Nasty, I've been a nasty girl, nasty, I've been a nasty girl, nasty, I've been a nasty, nasty, nasty. Is somebody gonna match my freak? Is somebody gonna match my freak? Is somebody gonna match my nasty? I got stamina, just like I'm an athlete. Is somebody gonna match my freak? Is somebody with a good technique? Is somebody gonna match my nasty? Looks like I got my girls out there.
Let me see you.
Is somebody gonna match my freak?
Welcome back, everybody. It's about 2 minutes and 40 seconds away from the start of quarter number 3. Ron Luce on the call with you here today for Senior Day and First Responders Day at Broussard Deaton Memorial Field. It's a little chilly. You can hear the wind whipping behind us, but it's hard to beat this in the month of November, folks, being out here for some Cougars football. Big shout out to Chris Rogers, all season long program alumni, been supplying the Cougs with awesome swag gear, and his Chicago-based clothing brand. Be sure to support him, and certainly he'll continue to work with the Cougs here in the future. I just went and picked up one of his jackets, actually, a little promo there for everybody at home, and I'm much warmer than I was in the first half. But speaking of the first half, let's get to some first half stats. Judson University defensively led by O'Dunye. He had 5 tackles in the first. West and Miller each had 4. Only 1 sack so far early on. It was Barry. One quarterback hit, that is, for Barry. And otherwise, Judson has largely not been able to get to Stu Ross thus far. And Webb Starkey with a PBU on the day. Offensively for Judson, it's been underwhelming. Just 107 yards through the air and just 7 total yards on the ground for this Eagles offense so far. Parker is 10 for 22 with 2 picks and 107 yards through the air. His lead receiver is Grant Alexander Jr., 3 catches for 48 yards. As for the Cougars defensively, Kevin Countryman, 4 tackles. That leads the way. Chris Swain right behind him with a pair of his own. 2 picks, as we noted. Zach Nord and Kevin Countryman both with a pair of interceptions and 4 quarterback hits so far, but nobody has been able to get to Parker with a sack. But Iobami Orokoyo, Samaj Williams, Chris Swain, and Kevin Countryman all credited with 1 apiece. On offense, it is Joe Pacelli leading the way, 5 catches for 68 yards and a score. Brant Hickson, 4 catches for 30 yards and a score. Kyle Quinn and Jesse Plunkett getting involved as well. 2 and 22 for Quinn and 3 for 11 for Plunkett. Plunkett also leading the way with 20 yards on the ground in that first half. Stu Ross with 15 yards on the ground in the early going. And speaking of Stuart Ross through the air, 131 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half. He is 14 of 23. Wind continues to whip and howl, getting colder as we wane toward this second half. Aiden Shepard will boot this one away for the Cougars. First time we'll see him today. Peyton Bennis early in the action as the Cougars were kicking into the wind. Getting a lot of the work, and now with the wind at his back, Shepard will get ready to boot this one away. Over 2,180 kickoff yards on the season.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we
15 go. On the clock. Third quarter action about to get underway in this MSFA Midwest matchup. Ridley Joseph, Mario Combs, Jamari Donaldson, and have been the returners most of the game. We will see a new face back there that looks like Capitulo. Rather than Donaldson, Combs still back there as well, and Capitulo will watch this go over his head and into the end zone for the touchback. And it will be the Eagles taking over first on offense. So if you're joining us or you went away just before the half thinking nothing was going to happen with effectively 9 seconds remaining on the clock, just before halftime, the Cougars took the punt. Julian Smith ran about 15 yards to the left sideline on the far side of the field, reversed field at about the 45-yard line, and scored the 70-yard punt return, made it a 24-0 game. That's where we stand right now, and we have a change at quarterback. No more Parker. It is Webb Starkey now as he delivers a pass to the near sideline to Parker. Talk about a crazy play to start the half. It looks like Parker will venture back to the huddle and take over. Webb Starkey still out there.
Pass is complete.
So certainly an interesting dynamic, kind of a 2-quarterback look of sorts, with Webb Starkey calling the 1s and 2s behind the center. 2nd and 4 to go after the gain of 6 on the play. There's the snap. Webb Starkey will keep it himself. Now bouncing it right. And dragged down nicely by Justin Yazel. Looks like they'll mark him with a moderate gain. They might officially give him a full yard. So now that'll bring up 3rd and 3 for Judson. And now Webb Starkey will check out of the game. And Jake Parker is back under center. What a wild sequence for the first 2 plays of the second half. 4 receivers for Parker. Tailback to his right. And it's a free play for the Eagles, and they'll blow it dead. Ayobami Orokoyo unevaded to the quarterback.
Encroachment, defense number 94, unevaded to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty, first down.
So the 5 yards will be enough for a Judson first down. Good hard count by the Eagles to start things off here in the third quarter.
Ball's at the 37-yard line, first down and 10.
Good crowd on hand today here for this finale. A lot of Cougar fans in attendance. Everybody bundled up with their blankets. A lot of people coming in from the parking lot with said blankets as it starts to cool off and the wind starts to pick up. 1st and 10 on the 37 are the Eagles. Parker in the gun. There's the snap. Pressure comes from the Cougars. He'll stand in, now rolls out to his left, looking downfield the whole way. Now takes off with it and takes a huge hit. And his helmet popped off on the play. Oh my goodness. A clean hit it appeared as well. But that is a big stick on Jake Parker. So, and now a yellow flag out. And now we have some extracurriculars. A couple of players for either side barking at one another. So the flag came in at the end of the play. Big stick on the play. Might have been Terry Elias Jr.
After the play was over, dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct number 3 of St. Xavier's. 15-yard penalty for the previous spot. That is number 3's first towards disqualification.
So you heard the official there. Unsportsmanlike on Terry Elias Jr. for the Cougs. He'll take a quick break on the sideline. So it is 1st and 10. Ball is on the Cougars 48 after the 15-yard walk-off. And remember, Webb Starkey now taking over because of Parker's helmet coming off. So at least one play without the sophomore quarterback. The snap, play action, Webb Starkey keeping it himself, and he's hit hard by Swain as he comes through the hole. Nice stick by the Cougars middle linebacker. It's a gain of 4.
2nd down and 6.
And it looks like Webb Starkey will stay on the field, at least for the moment.
2nd down and 7.
Just to give a different look, and they will respot the football as you heard on the PA. 2nd and 7 as they mark it at the 45. Still Webb Starkey at quarterback. Certainly can move. Actually, the team's leading rusher with 156 yards coming into action today. The snap, Starkey keeps it. A quick throw on the slant, and he's got his man Whitaker for the first down, Eagles. Maybe Judson has found something now with the junior at quarterback. The Washington, D.C. native.
Passes complete.
And the Eagles with another fresh set of downs.
For the Eagles, Jalen Webb with the toss.
It was a gain of 16 on the play. Starkey now taking off to the far sideline. He'll pick up
Jalen Webb with the quarterback.
another
keeper.
4 yards on the scamper.
Short gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and about 5 to go for Judson.
So 2nd and about 5, maybe 6, based on the spot. Still Webb Starkey's show. Play action, dropping back. He'll run with it. Plenty of space. He's got the first and more as he runs out of play at the 14-yard line.
Jalen Webb.
Another first down for the Eagles, looking to score right out of the half.
First down and moves the chains.
And it has to make you wonder if we'll see much more of Parker today with the success Webb Starkey's had so far. But it's 1st and 10. Ball can get to the 4-yard line for a first down without a score. The snap, play action. Webb Starkey once again keeping himself, and he's rode down by Jet Chuchi. And that'll be a gain of another 4.
Play, second down.
We'll tick inside 10 minutes to go in the third, and Webb Starkey leading a nice drive here for the Judson Eagles. Perhaps one of the toughest parts about the Eagles offensively, they have not had a lot of success. Entering today's game, the only player above 100 rushing yards on the season is Webb Starkey. All of the team's tailbacks below that figure. Webb Starkey's going to go down. It's a sack. Justin Yezel, Terry Elias, both in the backfield.
That's a sack on the play.
And that's a huge loss. It'll back him up all the way to the, looks like the 17-yard line. So that'll bring up 3rd and about 12. Good pressure, good rush from the Cougars defense.
3rd down and 13 for the Eagles.
Webb Starkey in the gun, 3 receivers to his right. There's the snap, pressure coming from the Cougs. Quick throw, one-on-one for Alexander, and good coverage from Kevin Countryman. It's incomplete. Grant Alexander Jr. the target, as we noted coming in today's game. He is this Eagles leading receiver. Entering play today, 1,136 yards and 11 touchdowns. He's added 3 catches for 48 yards since then. So well on his way to a potential 1,200-yard campaign, depending how the rest of this game goes. Certainly will be a first-team All-MSFA in the conference this year with numbers like that. 4th down, Eagles going for it. Webb Starkey taking the snap. Here comes the pressure, delivers the throw, and it's incomplete. That ball glanced off maybe 3 different Cougar defenders' hands and ultimately hit Zach Norrid in the chest. But the incompletion is a turnover on downs, and the Cougars get the football right back. Really good drive from Judson there, and unfortunately for them, when they had to throw the football, things went awry. Now the Cougars with a chance to really distance themselves from the Eagles on the scoreboard. 24-0, 8:32 to play here in the third quarter. Ross in the gun. Here comes the pressure from the Eagles. They're showing 5. Been disguising coverages and blitzes all day. They bring 4, and that falls incomplete. Quick jet outward throw to Kyle Quinn. Can't find the connection between Quinn and Ross. 2nd and 10. On a run play here for Plunkett up the middle. Nowhere to go, just a gain of a few.
Plunkett with the run. Short gain in the play. 3rd down and about 8 to go for the Cougars.
I'll bring up 3rd and 8 here for St. Xavier. And they'll go bunch look here on the near side. Many men on the line of scrimmage for Judson. And they'll bring 4. Ross, time to throw, climbing the pocket. rolling out to his left, and it's nearly intercepted. Good break on the football by
Pass is incomplete.
the safety freshman, number 29, Darian George. And with the incompletion, the Cougars will simply boot the football away and trust their defense to hold the Eagles at bay. Joe Pacelli back to do the honors. Avant Rowe, the returner for Judson. Pacelli boots it away, a spiraling kick handled by Rowe at the 40. To the 45, and a nice special teams play by number 22. That is the backup linebacker, Carter Wynn, on the tackle. So now let's see what the Eagles do at quarterback. Will Jake Parker return under center, or will they stick with Jalen Webb-Starkey? It looks like it will still be the latter, Webb-Starkey, and there might be some concern with Parker after that big hit, just on his health rather than the performance here today. There's the snap, handoff, goes nowhere.
What a stop.
Terry Elias,
Terry Elias
you bring the
Jr.
stuffing, big man, and we'll bring the turkey.
Stops the Eagles.
Harrison Hanna was the ball carrier.
Down and 12 to go.
And that wind beginning to howl, as you can hear in my microphone. Certainly something to keep an eye on with game plans for both of these teams now in the second half. Webb-Starkey dropping back, looking, plenty of time, overthrows his man, it falls incomplete. Perry almost still came down with it.
Pass is incomplete.
But Nick Schultz was right there ready if that ball was maybe an inch or two higher for the interception. So it does feel like this will be the Jalen Webb-Starkey show the rest of the way now for Judson. Still no sign of Jake Parker even standing on the sideline, so he may be getting checked out. As we speak, took a big hit from Terry Elias on the scramble. Pretty much at the open of this half. Rowe in motion. The snap. Pressure coming from the right side. Webb-Starkey's going to unload it. And they're going to call PI on Schultz as that play falls incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense, number 9. 15-yard penalty in the previous spot. Automatic, first down.
And it looks like they'll call it because of the contact leading up to the swat.
Result of the penalty to be a first down for the Eagles.
So that'll be a 15-yard walk-off first down, Judson. So far, about 40 minutes, 2 hours south, Marion is leading over USF. That game is still in the second quarter, about 6 minutes to go before the half. That's a 21-7 score in favor of the visiting Marion Knights. Those two with one loss in the conference have a chance if University of St. Francis, Indiana falls today to take a share in the conference as Perry hauls in the pass.
Completed. Trenton Perry with the reception.
And it looks like it'll be a gain of about 7 on the play. It should bring up 2nd and 3. And there's a lot of conversation occurring amongst the officials, and now a whistle.
2nd down and 8.
Now they'll fix the spot of the football after the chaos appears to be resolved.
2nd down and 4 to go.
It's about 2nd and 3 here, ball on the 35. Eagles need the 38 for a first. Pardon me, the 32. Pressure coming, and Webb Starkey's got to go down. Chuchi in there on the sack, and the Cougars come away with the football. But I believe they ruled him down. Number 91, Jet Chuchi with the sack.
Play by the Cougar defense, third down.
That'll be a loss of about 2. That'll bring up an organic 3rd and 5. Cougars finally now able to get to the quarterback after some halftime adjustments. And now a false start.
Dead ball. False start. Offense number 66. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
That's junior guard Will Harder. Cougars started to switch up their defensive look, and it forced the jump. So now all the way back to a 3rd and 10 after the sack and penalty. And the Cougars look to be bringing the pressure yet again. Here comes the corner blitz. Webb Starkey rolling out. Delivers a strike to Rowe. Does he have enough for the first? And yes, he does. Right at the sticks. First down, Eagles. Gain of 10
With the reception, it'll be a first down
for the Eagles. Avant Rowe on the reception.
Webb Starkey with the pass.
Webb Starkey, a nice job evading the pressure. Pendleton came on a corner blitz from his left. And a beautiful job on the rollout to the right to deliver the strike. Eagles keep moving. Under 4.5 to play in the 3rd. It's a check with me for Webb Starkey. The snap. Throwing all the way. And another beautiful completion of the sideline, this time to number 88, Trenton Perry. That's another 10-yard gain. First down, Eagles.
Reception from Jalen Webb Starkey. It'll be a first down for the Eagles.
Eagles taking their time. Under 4 minutes now here left in the 3rd. Lots of cloud cover here. The sun trying to peek through at Deaton Field. Webb Starkey dropping back. Time to throw. Stepping up in the pocket. Delivers a strike. Oh, and they rule it incomplete. It looked
Pass is incomplete.
beautiful. It looked like Alexander might have gotten the 1 foot down needed, but the official saying he was on the white upon making that catch. He hauled it in. If the footing was right, the play was complete. Good effort from Grant Alexander. Just unfortunate with his footing drawing the incompletion. Olivet Nazarene currently leading University of St. Francis, Indiana 12-10 in the 3rd quarter. That game a little behind this one. It's early in the 3rd. Pressure coming. Webb Starkey takes a huge hit. And that pass will fall incomplete as it sails high. Number 45, the freshman D lineman Josh Burke delivering the hit. And certainly down 4 scores. The Eagles will go for it here. Or pardon me, that is only 3rd down. I got a little ahead of myself. 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They'll definitely want to watch this play clock, though. Play clock down to 10. And Webb Starkey is yet to call. And they will take a timeout. Smart on his offensive lineman to tell him about the play clock.
Judson, their first charge timeout of the half.
So they will step aside and take the timeout. Olivet has the football in that game. So again, although it does not have implications on the Cougars necessarily here today, or the Judson Eagles for that matter, Olivet can play spoiler, force St. Francis, Indiana to have some theatrics in a tie with Marion effectively. Marion lost the head-to-head to University of St. Francis, Indiana, but both teams would have 1 loss in the conference if all stands as it is right now. Again, the Knights leading by 2 scores, 21-7 down in Joliet.
Updating the Michigan
And down in Bourbonnais, it's 12-10. in favor of
the Illini over Michigan
the
State with just
Olivet Nazarene
5 seconds
Tigers.
to go in the first quarter.
Here we go. 3rd and 10. Ball on the 22. Webb Starkey in the gun. Solis moves to his left. 3 receivers out to the left as well. Pressure coming. Webb Starkey delivering a strike to the end zone. Interception! Bruce Pendleton the third. Touchback Cougars. And they'll get the ball right back. The senior corner on senior day. Coming up with the big play and his first pick of the season.
Bruce Pendleton the third with the interception.
Webb Starkey wanted
First down,
his man on the
Cougars.
corner route. But that ball hung up there just a little bit too long, and Pendleton able to come off his coverage and make the play. Cougs take over on their own 20-yard line. There's the snap. Plunkett up the middle in the run. He's still going, and he'll rumble and stumble his way down to the 29-yard line. So gain of 9 on first down. That'll bring up a short 2nd and 1. Cougars have yet to get the running game going today. Certainly feels like they have a bit of an opportunity here after that carry. Four rushers come. It's back to Plunkett. Makes the first man miss. And he's stalled in his tracks, but not until he gains 3 and has another set of fresh chains for the Cougs. One more score effectively, and this one feels like all it'll take. Although a 4-possession deficit certainly hard to overcome. 1st and 10 Cougs. Ross in the gun. The snap. Handoff. Plunkett makes a change up field and able to rumble forward for another honest gain. That's a pickup of 5.
And a nice gain. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 5 to go. Ball
5 to go
on the 37-yard line. Now the Cougars finding some rhythm in the run game. Plunkett, couple of nice carries here on this drive. Same formation, no change for the Cougars. They bring 4. The fake to Plunkett, now to Hatcher to the outside, but he's run down. That's a nice play from the senior corner, number 1, Jalen Ware. Huntsville, Alabama native, one of the team's leading tacklers. Entering today 3rd on the team in tackles. Makes a nice play there. Small gain for the Cougars, 3rd and 4. 2-by-2 the look. Here comes pressure from Judson. Quick throw for Hickson. And that will move the sticks. First down, Cougars.
Completed. Brett Hickson.
Gain of about
and a Cougar first down.
6, maybe 7 on the play. And the Cougars will work quickly. On the 44. Ross, handoff. Plunkett straight up the middle. He's across the 45 and down inside the 40. To the 42-yard line. Jesse Plunkett. First down, Cougars.
Into Eagle territory. It'll be first down for the Cougars. Timeout in the field.
And the Eagles have taken their 2nd timeout of this half already.
Ladies and gentlemen, women's volleyball away at
So as both teams step aside, offense coming to life here for the Cougars, especially in the run game. We highlighted Plunkett is leading this team in rushing with 15 yards on the ground in the early going. He's already doubled that total here in this second half and on this drive. That last carry, certainly his largest of the day. As long as 6 yards prior to that. Feels like the Cougars have found the weakness. It appears to be kind of up the middle of this Judson defensive line. And because of how the Cougars spread defenses out with 4 wide on just about every play. It's allowed a lot of green grass and real estate before linebackers can get to Plunkett and make a play. Here we go. 1st and 10. Ball in the 42. Ross, handoff Plunkett, using patience, but everything collapses around him. He will get a positive gain on the play.
With the run.
They'll mark it a gain of 2.
Gain of about 2 yards.
All at the 40-yard line, 2nd and 8 coming up. And that should be enough to take us to the 4th quarter. 15 minutes of play remain in the Cougars season. They lead 24-0 here against the Judson Eagles on Senior Day. We will step aside for a breather, but don't you go anywhere. Stick with us for what should be the final quarter of Cougs football on the season right here on the Cougars Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. 4th quarter action set up and ready to go. Cougs have it on the Eagles' 40-yard line. It's 2nd and 8 as we open the 4th quarter. Ross in the gun with a 2-by-2 look. Eagles showing pressure. And this time it's another handoff to Plunkett. He keeps the legs churning for a gain of about 2.
Cougars keep it on the ground for gain of a couple. It'll be 3rd down.
So this will bring up 3rd and about 5 after a gain of 3 officially appears on the play. Cougars in no hurry here, and this certainly feels like 4-down territory given where they are on the field. The wind has quieted momentarily, and might have just jinxed that as it feels like it's picking up. The snap, Ross, play action to Hickson. Right at the sticks. And they will say he has enough. That's another 1st down Cougars.
Brandon Hickson with the reception.
Brant Hickson with another catch. He has been money on those quick curls just over the middle, giving Ross an easy pitch and catch. And all of them have been right at the sticks for big 1st down conversions. Ross takes the snap, handoff Plunkett. First man on the arm tackle's not there, and Plunkett keeps those legs churning. That's a gain of 5 on the run. 2nd and 5 coming up. Nice work by Plunkett. They got him at the line of scrimmage with some contact, but kept the legs churning and was able to work his way up the field for a gain of 5. Snap. Ross out to his receiver here on the near side. It's number 10, Javen Mays, getting involved in the action, and that will be enough for another Cougs 1st down. Ball spotted on the 18-yard line. Cougars have entered the red zone
Cougar 1st down.
and looking to capitalize early in this 4th quarter. Same formation, same personnel. 1st and 10. Ross keeps it. Looking for space, and he'll go down. Wrapped up by number 4 of the Eagles, Ladale West. Is a positive gain on the play. Gain of just 2. So 2nd and 8 upcoming here.
For the Cougars.
Ross checking with the sideline for the call. Certainly feels like an opportunity for something on the far side. Ross, pass all the way. Hickson, corner route. Incomplete. There was some contact, no flag. Quality coverage on the play for the Eagles. That is Jalen Ware, who was one-on-one with Hickson. The right look, and again, a little bit of contact. Referees let the boys play. And now the Cougars will go to that bunch look wide to the outside. Snap. Handoff. Plunkett. Space. Churning forward. Takes a big hit. And gets down to the 10-yard line. He'll be just short.
Jesse Plunkett with the run.
We'll bring up 4th and 1, and it looks like we get to see the heavy package for the first time today. Senior linebacker Ryan Fitzgerald serves as the Wildcat quarterback in occasions like this. Ross splits out wide as a receiver. A lot of beef in on this formation. The snap, Fitzgerald keeps it himself. Up the left side, still churning, and he's in for the score! Touchdown, Cougars! The 4th rushing touchdown for Ryan Fitzgerald this season. 10-yard scamper to give the Cougs an even bigger lead, 30-0.
On for the extra point.
Hansen on the long snap, Pacelli to hold for Bennis. Everything clean, kick is up, and it is good.
Extra point is good.
Cougars capitalize on the Ryan Fitzgerald touchdown run. It's 31-0 with 11 and change to go here on Senior Day. Let's go back to that play really quick. Ryan Fitzgerald, we've seen it all season long. If you are a habitual fan of Cougar football, you've seen that formation more than once. Ryan Fitzgerald lines up as the Wildcat quarterback and has a lot of options. Julian Smith can come in motion. He can hand it off to Carter Wynn, and certainly if he feels right, or he can keep it himself. And this is exactly what he did there. Took it off up the left side, following his lead blockers in Swain and Wynn. And lo and behold, what does he find? Not just a first down on 4th down, but green grass. The 10-yard touchdown run gives the Cougs even more of a cushion here today. We have a new kicker for the Cougars. Getting ready to boot this one away. It is not Bennis, it is not Shepard, but rather it is freshman kicker number 96, Luis Perez, the Oak Lawn native and Richards product just down the road. We'll boot into this one. It's a high sailing kick. Handled by Combs inside the 25, crosses the 30, 35, 40 to the 45. Takes a big lick on the sideline. And that might have been Perez, the kicker, laying a boom. And it indeed is, and now yellow flags are everywhere. Something is called after the whistle, and there's another yellow flag now. Get an indication as to what all the garbage on the field is for. Luis Perez laying the boom at the end. But a good return from Combs sets Judson up as it stands at about the 50-yard line. But we'll get the indication in just a moment as to what the penalties are for.
After the play was over, dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 49 of St. Xavier, taking his helmet off on the field of play. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, first down.
So the call is against the Cougars taking the helmet off on the field. It was number 49. That's junior defensive back who actually walked with the seniors today, Nicholas Sobchak. Guilty for the 15-yard walk-off. So really good field position now for the Eagles here to start. The ball will be placed on the 35-yard line, so short field. Eagles perhaps with the first chance of the day to get some points on the board.
35-yard line.
And it will be Webb Starkey still at quarterback. There's the snap, keeps it himself, and he runs into a red wall of Cougars. And the whistles blow it dead right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Jalen Webb-Starkey with the key.
And now an Eagle
Stopped on the play by
down on the ground for a moment, but able to get back up is Will Harder.
Second down.
He'll quickly walk it off. So they will give him about a yard. So this will be 2nd and 9 on the forward progress. Jeremy Swanigan as well as Ayobami Rokoyo in on the stop. Clock continues to tick. Webb-Starkey will come up throwing. Nobody home, avoiding the pressure. He takes off with it now in green grass. Fitzgerald laying a boom. Not before a gain of 9 right at the sticks. It will be a first down. They will give him the extra yard. Gain of 10 officially on the play. First down, Eagles.
By the Cougar defense, number 23, Chris Swain, and number 43.
Fitzgerald made the initial contact. Swain helping wrap up the mobile quarterback. So no Jake Parker for the rest of this game today. Certainly hope the young man is healthy and okay. He took a big hit at the start of this second half. We have yet to see him since. Certainly hope it's just precautionary and he'll be all right. Webb-Starkey dropping back. Time to throw. Lets it go, and it falls incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
Looks like the intended receiver was number 13, Avant Rowe. The pass falling well short of the intended spot. Chris Swain diving at the end, trying to make a play on the football, but just out of reach. 2nd and 10 upcoming here. Ball on the 24-yard line. An update from the St. Francis, Indiana Olivet game. Olivet now leading 19-10. That's got about 4:40 to go here in the third quarter. Grant Alexander across the middle for the completion.
Pass is complete.
But he loses his helmet, and he is down on the ground, not moving. Oh, my goodness.
Play on the field.
A scary sight.
Injury, timeout.
And we will step aside here and hope the young man's okay. Cougars leading 31-0 after the completion. It will be first down Eagles, but we're just hoping everybody's okay. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back here in just a second on the Cougar Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. Grant Alexander back to his feet. Good to see the young man walking off under his own power. Unfortunately, that hit likely ending his day. And unfortunately, season at this point, with this being the last game, what a season for the young man. Over 1,000 receiving yards, over 10 touchdowns, and nearly 60 catches. Just happy to see him up and moving around. Scary play. No dirty hit on that play. It just seems like it was kind of just an awkward collision, and glad to see him up and moving around. Webb-Starkey, here's the screen to Solis, and Swain nearly makes the initial tackle, but it's cleaned up on the backside by Dilger. Be a gain of about maybe 4 on the play.
Second down for the Eagles.
Second down coming here. Looks like 2nd and 6. Cougars showing pressure. And here comes the pressure. One-on-one. And that ball nowhere near any receivers. Trenton Perry was out there one-on-one with Kevin Countryman, but that ball, even if both players staying in play, is certainly not catchable, as noted by the official back there. Incompletion with 8:10 to go here in the fourth quarter. Our final football broadcast with you here for the season. And we will look forward to the 2025 campaign. Being back with everybody at this time next year. Webb Starkey dropping back, throws out for his tailback, Salas, who's reverses field, trying to cut up, and
Pass is complete.
nothing home. Well, it will be fourth down,
Salas
and
with the reception. It'll be fourth down.
it'll be
for the
fourth and
Eagles.
about 3 here, and with nothing to lose, the Judson Eagles will go for it, or no, they will not. Bringing on different personnel, maybe just a different look, and that appears to be the case. We noted earlier in the broadcast today, you've heard the name a number of times, Harrison Hanna has served as tailback on a number of occasions. He is listed on the roster as a QB. Oh, and now Webb Starkey is still out there. He's under center. The snap, and whistles everywhere. And the Eagles took a timeout. Play clock was almost at 0. Looked like they were doing a little trickery.
Oh. Timeout in the field.
So that is the final Judson timeout of this game. Only way a stoppage will benefit the Eagles from here is the 2-minute timeout. We're still ways away from that mark. Teams talking things over. Checking in on additional MSFA action. Marion leads University St. Francis, Illinois, 24-14 at the half. That game is just at halftime right now. That was a late starter. That was a 1 o'clock start. University of St. Francis, Illinois starts all their games at 1 o'clock Central Time, so that one just started a little bit after this one. And now Olivet has increased their lead. They're now leading 25-10 with 1:18 to play in the third quarter over University of St. Francis, Indiana. So those watching along in Joliet are wondering what's going to happen. Did he get in? No, he comes up short. Looked like Avant Rowe on the completion. It is a first down.
For the Eagles.
And it will be first and goal to go on the 1 yard line. So the Eagles with the first chance all day to put points on the board. Webb Starkey, Harrison Hanna, and Webb Starkey now will split out as a receiver. It is the aforementioned Harrison Hanna in the pistol. Hill Thomas, the tight end behind him. They're going to try to run it in. And he leans forward. It looks like he's in, and he is. Touchdown, Eagles.
Touchdown for the Eagles.
Harrison Hanna from 1 yard out gives the Eagles their first points of the afternoon. Have to imagine going for 2 here makes sense. Get as many points as you can despite the way this game is going so far. There's a lot of discussion going on right now in the end zone, not sure as to why. But it does appear might have been an injured player. That looks like the indication. Number 75, Antonio Smith, walks off the field, team's right tackle. And it looks like number 78, Bryden Miller, was the one to check in his place. Harrison Hanna will use the same front as the last play to go for 2. Hanna on the split option, and he's dragged down. Nice play by Justin Yezel. There is a yellow hanky in the end zone as well. Hanna a little slow to get up after the kind of whiplash tackle. And it looks like there might be a penalty on Countryman.
during the play. Holding. Defense number 21. Half the distance to the goal. Retry it down.
So they will retry the PAT, or the 2-point conversion in this case. The Cougars defense trotting back onto the field. Kevin Countryman knew it the whole time. He stayed out there. So a little bit improved field position on the try now.
2-point conversion on the penalty.
Half the distance to the goal. It's Webb Starkey now in the gun. No Harrison Hanna. It looks like a miscommunication here. Webb Starkey, the throw out wide for Avant Rowe. And it's an ankle tackle that saves it. Nick Schultz denies the try. So 31-6 after the controlled chaos. And with 6:10 to play, the only thing keeping the Cougars from a victory is the clock. What a season this has been. A rough year, as we noted in the opening, for the Cougars. This just their first losing season since 2016. Just the third losing season in Coach Feminist's tenure as head coach here for the Cougars. And for those that might not know at home, this is Feminist's 26th season at the helm for St. Xavier. The last time Cougars had a losing record was back in 2016. They finished 5-6. It appears this 2024 team will finish with the same record.
Ladies and gentlemen,
prior to that, the last time they finished with less than 5 wins in a season was all the way back in 1999. Every single player on this Cougars roster was not even alive when the 4-6 Cougars in Feminist's first season began to change the culture here at St. Xavier University. Javen Mays is the return man back. This looks like an onside attempt. Eagles certainly going down, fighting if nothing else. This one will go far enough, and Fitzgerald dives on it. It was Ridley Joseph as the kicker. Good work by Fitzgerald on the hands team, and Cougs have great field possession to start things off. We'll likely get to see some of the Cougar reserves on this drive, looking just to milk the clock. It will be Dominic D'Ambrosio at quarterback.
Ball will be placed at the Eagles' 48-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 Cougars.
So on the afternoon, Stuart Ross finishes with 18 of 30 for 152 yards and 2 touchdowns. Coming into action today, needed 297 yards to be the all-time leading passer in SXU history in terms of yardage. He will finish among the top quarterbacks in program history statistically after 5 seasons as the team's starter. Now an injured Eagle down on the field behind the play. It looks like number 50, Carrion Barry. And while he's examined, Ross will, as we noted, finish among the tops, and a lot of other great seniors departing this program as well. Joe Pacelli, Brant Hickson, Kyle Quinn, all names we noted here today. Jesse Plunkett as well. Peyton Bennis, notable names of this Cougars program will enter the next phase of their lives. Kevin Countryman with a pick on senior day, as does Bruce Pendleton, both senior corners. Certainly the 25 season will have a lot of new faces, but some of the old ones and same ones as well that everybody appreciates and has come to know over the last few years. Here on senior day, as we noted, D'Ambrosio taking over at quarterback. Cougars' top offensive line still in the game, just due to injuries and whatnot. Certainly a depleted group this season. We've seen very little of a handful of the starters when the season opened just due to injury, and even today's group looking far different than the line did 2 2, 3, even 4 games ago here at St. Xavier. 5:52 to play here in the fourth after the injury timeout. D'Ambrosio in the gun. In motion, it's Xavier Bryant. He'll take the handoff, cuts upfield across the 40 to the 35 and inside the 30 down to the 31-yard line. That's enough for the first down.
Xavier Bryant.
A nice jet sweep and another injured Eagle now on this play.
And a Cougar.
It looks like number 78, Bryden Miller, is down.
Injured player on the field. Eagles.
The wind really starting to kick up as we wane toward the end of this game here today and end of this season. We're going to step aside for a breather here during the injury timeout. Don't go anywhere. Still 5:26 to play on the Cougars season right here on the Cougar Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. Bryden Miller being helped off the field. Unfortunate to see a couple of injuries piling up here for Judson in the final minutes of the season. Bryden Miller had himself a heck of a day, too. Has been involved in just about every run play. Eagles overall having a good day against the Cougars in the run game. But it's the Cougars defense and special teams that have kind of stolen the show here this afternoon. Big Julian Smith punt return before the half, the exclamation point of the day. Cougars will go back to work here. It'll be 1st and 10. The ball is spotted on the 31-yard line. Eagles trying to hold the Cougars off the scoreboard one more time.
Women's Cougar team defeats Cleary, Michigan, 87-84. Jake Green with 22 points.
Benny Jass on the sweep. He cuts upfield. He's got space across the 20, inside the 15 to the 10. What a run for number 12, Benny Jass, the senior receiver from Boylan Catholic. A beautiful jet sweep. And Jass with the big play. All the way to the 10-yard line. 21-yard run for the senior receiver. D'Ambrosio in the gun once again. 3 receivers to the near side. There's the snap, handoff. No, D'Ambrosio keeps it himself. Across the 5, inside the 5-yard line. And they'll mark him down at the 1. The 9-yard run, D'Ambrosio comes up just short. And now Jesse Plunkett will check into the game. It appears the goal here might be to get him a touchdown on senior day to cap off his Cougars career. Brother Rice product in high school. Evergreen Park native just down the road. Plunkett, handoff. Taking it up the field and goes nowhere. And it's back to the line of scrimmage. So originally it looked like D'Ambrosio got inside the 1. They officially noted he was down at the 4-yard line. So gain of nothing on that run. It'll bring up 3rd and goal. Ball on the 4-yard line. Plunkett stays in as the tailback. Under 3.5. D'Ambrosio, Plunkett, outside, off tackle. Is he in? Yes, he is. Touchdown, Cougars. Jesse Plunkett on senior day punches a ticket and extends the Cougs lead. Perez will kick here for the Cougars on the PAT. Pacelli to hold Hansen on the long snap. Jesse Plunkett with the touchdown. Perez kick is up and good. 38-0. Cougars out front all over the Eagles here today. Jesse Plunkett with his 5th rushing touchdown of the season. That is the team lead. The only other player close is Ryan Fitzgerald, of all people, with 4 on the season. 3:22 to play here in the 4th quarter. SXU women's basketball taking care of business. Big win for program alum and head coach Sydney Lovich. Congratulations, Lady Cougs, on your victory here this afternoon. Cougars will get ready to boot this one away, and we'll have yet another different kicker. This time it's Adrian Soska, Marine Valley transfer, Argo high school product. Another great player from the South Suburban Red Conference. It sounds like there's bias in my voice. It's because there is. Throwing it back to the days of high school football. He'll get ready to boot this away. Cougars lead 38-6. Now we'll get to see some Cougar players here that we haven't gotten to see much of this season. Movka with the left leg. This one's going to bounce and handled by Combs. He's going to cut upfield to the 35 and take it down right at the 35-yard line. Tackle made there.
Mario Combs with the return.
On the play, we're trying to get our roster sheet to cooperate with us here in this win, folks. It is not easy.
For Judson.
That was number 80, Cameron Hopkins, the freshman receiver on the tackle. That was a lot of work to give you to that. Sorry, everybody. 3:15 to play here in the 4th. Judson will go back to work. All their starters still in the field. Webb Starkey in the gun. It's Caden Redmond, the tailback. And it's a pitch to Rowe. He's got nowhere to go. He'll reverse field. Looking for any kind of space, and a big hit from Countryman, and they'll run him back even further. Finally, Ryan Fitzgerald finishes him off. They'll give him the forward progress, which will mark the ball at the 25-yard line, but still a loss of 10 on the wide receiver reverse. Came in the jet motion, took the handoff, and had a reverse field. Cougars all over it on the defensive end. Still the Cougars starting group here matching up against Judson. There's the snap. Webb Starkey comes up firing, and that one overthrows everybody. Trenton Perry was the intended target. Good coverage by Kevin Countryman. Kevin Countryman's had a heck of a senior day. And a heck of a career here at St. Xavier has Countryman, one of the great corners to come through this program. 2:25 to play after the incompletion. 3rd and 20 for the Eagles. There's the snap. Webb Starkey with pressure in his face. Oh, and it's dropped. A near interception for Nick Schultz.
Pass is incomplete.
But it falls incomplete.
Fourth down, excuse me.
And that'll bring up 4th and 20, and Webb Starkey will stay out there to punt this ball away. Cougs will get it back with 2:19 to go. Mind you, only one guaranteed stoppage between now and the end of the game. A 2-minute timeout will pause action momentarily, but the Cougars will certainly look to just wind this clock down as much as they can. Kyle Quinn back to return for the Cougars. Starkey. Webb Starkey able to get it away. It checks up at the 50 and gets a couple additional yards of roll. Cougars with really good field position, but it won't matter at this point in the game.
Spotted at the 47-yard line.
Ball spotted at the Cougars' 47-yard line. At the end of every season, it's always fun to sit and reflect about another year of Cougars football. For me personally, the 6th Cougar season on the microphone with all of you at home. We appreciate everybody that tunes in with us weekly here for these home games at beautiful Bruce R. Deaton Memorial Field. We equally appreciate everybody out here in attendance supporting the Cougars on a game-to-game basis. Handoff here, a nice run up the middle for the Cougars. That's the sophomore tailback, Caden Brand, on the scamper. And there is the 2-minute timeout that we noted a little bit earlier. Caden Brand picks up the first down on the scamper there. Gain of about 14 on the play. And as we said, action pauses for the moment at the 2-minute timeout. But as we noted, we certainly appreciate all of you listening along. Certainly the Cougars season that, despite the shortfalls, is always enjoyable being a part of the broadcast and part of your game day experience at home. So we thank every single one of you from here as this season comes to a close. Xavier Bryant on the jet sweep, crosses the 40 and absorbs the big hit from Curry.
Xavier Bryant with the run, gain of about 4, 2nd down and 6 to go.
They'll continue to wind the clock as much as they can. They'll have to snap the football with about 1:10. A first down will seal the deal and allow for just the QB knee. Here's Jass. And it's the wide receiver jet sweep, and he's going to try and stay in bounds. And I believe he got the first down. So all the seniors now will trot out onto the field.
Reaches the line to gain. It'll be first.
And it is first down. Cougars clock continues to roll. And it will be victory formation. For the final time of the 2024 season, Cougars will pick up win number 5 and send their seniors out with a victory. Once this gets under 40 seconds, this will be the last play needed to end the game. Ross under center, takes the snap, there's the kneel, and that will do it. Cougars win on Senior Day, 38-6. And what a beautiful day to also honor the first responders of the Chicagoland Southwest side. Coach Feminist picks up another win in his heralded career to close out the season. Win 219, and he'll go for 220 in game number 1 in 2025. Cougars win over the Judson Eagles, 38-6. The final game of the 2024 season has come and gone, but again, we appreciate all of you who tuned in all season long and tuned in with us here today on Senior Day to wish all of our great seniors in this program farewell and the best in their next chapter of life following football here at SXU. If you're looking for more SXU sports action, be sure to tune into all the rest of the sports here. Support the men's and women's basketball teams as they kicked off their season here in the month of November. And they'll roll all the way through the end of February before men's volleyball and baseball and softball get started in the waning winter months as well. We're going to take this one in, folks. One final time from Bruce R. Deaton Memorial Field. I'm Ron Luce. Thank you all for joining us this season. The Cougars cap off the 2024 campaign with their 5th win of the year. Until next time, we'll see you guys in 2025. And we wish you a great rest of your Saturday and weekend from all of us here at the Cougar Sports Network. Cougs win on Senior Day.